Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be looking at how do you compare linear functions with tables, graphs, and equations. So similar to this problem that you see up on the screen. Just a reminder, this is the short version of the lesson, so we're going to go pretty quickly just through the main ideas. If you want the full length lesson where we go step by step with a bunch of examples, I will link that in the description below. Before attempting this lesson, you should already know how to evaluate functions, both algebraically and graphically. You should know about the slope formula. You should know how to write equations from slope and a point. And if you want a shortcut, you should know about rise over run. If you want refreshers on any of those topics, I will link them in the description. All right, so here is our problem. All right, function A and function B are linear functions. Which statement is true? Okay. And both of them are about slope, right? So we need to be able to find slope. We should be able to look at function A, right? That's slope-intercept form. We should already know about that and know the slope is 4. For function B, we should say, oh, okay, I can do the slope formula. So we can do 12 minus 18 over 7 minus 8, which gives me 30 over 15, which gives me 2. All right, and so clearly function A has the higher slope, so the slope of function A is greater. For the second problem, okay, this time they're asking about y-intercepts. So for function A, we should be able to look at the graph and say, oh, the y-intercept is at -5. Okay. For function B, though, we need to do a little bit of work here. So we need to first find the slope. So we'll do our slope formula. And that will give me 6 over 2, which is 3. And now we need to go to that y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept. And we'll pick a point from the table here. So let's pick the first point. So remember, we want to find b, right? We want to find b because that's the y-intercept. And so let's plug in our numbers here. -20 equals -6. Nope, not -6. The slope 3 times -6 plus b. And now we go -18 plus b equals -20. Add 18 on both sides. And we get b equals -2. And so clearly, this is the bigger y-intercept. So the function A is less than function B. And for this last type of problem, okay, this one says the y value. Okay, so let's look at function B first. So we're looking at when x equals 2. So when x equals 2 on this graph, where is the function? It is at +9. All right, so this is 2, 9. So function A has a value of 9 when x equals 2. All right, that was function B. For function A, we need to, again, do a little bit of work here. So we need to find an equation, -14 minus. So we'll start with the slope, as we've done on the other problems as well. -14, that's 10 over 4, which is 5 over 2. So there's our slope. And again, let's pick a pair of coordinates. So now we have -24 equals 5 over 2 times -10 plus b. And so now we can simplify a little bit. 5 over 2 times -10 is -25. And now we add 25 on both sides. And we end up with b equals 1. Now with that b equals 1, we can now, so we know that our equation is 5 over 2x plus 1. And remember, we're looking at when x equals 2. So let's change the x to a 2. And when we do that, we end up with 5 plus 1, which is 6. All right? So we compare, and we would say that function A is less than function B. All right, here is our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these 3 problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem here is the work for finding slope. You could have also done rise over run if you know that shortcut for the graph, but no matter what you did, you should have gotten a slope of 4, and for function b it's 5, so therefore the slope of function a is less than the slope of function b. For number 2, for function a, you should have gotten a y-intercept of -3, and for function b, you should have gotten a y-intercept of -4, which means that function a has a greater y-intercept than function b. And for number 3, for function a, you should have gotten -1, and for function b, you should have gotten y equals 2. And so therefore function a is less than the value function b. All right, that is it for today. Hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.